going on, everyone? So I want to break down the Lakers cap situation and kind of explain where the Lakers are at and what potential possibilities the Lakers could have. So it basically boils down to two things. You can keep DAngelo Russell and get to, again, several factors. How much does Rui Hachimura get? How much does Austin Reeves get paid? But very likely, you're going to be able to keep Rui Hachimura, you're going to be able to keep Austin Reeves, and then DAngelo Russell, and then you can get to your mid-level exception of 12.4 and your biannual exception, which is 4.52 million. It helps that the Lakers cap went up slightly, so the Lakers are able to get and finagle a little more depending on how the circumstances shape up. Again, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, those contracts, and how much DAngelo Russell settles for. But beyond D'Lo, the other option is you basically let D'Lo go, you let Mo Bamba, you let Malik Beasley, you basically let everyone else go except for the rookies, Max Christie, Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, right? So you basically let everyone else go except for your new young guys and your core pieces, right? That would free up roughly 17 million in cap space. Then you'd have a mid-level of 7.7 million and a biannual of 4.52 million. Now, I've touched on this briefly, but this was before the cap increase, which was 3 million. I have talked several times, you may have noticed in multiple videos where I said the Lakers could get to about 14, 15 million in cap space. Well, now they've had the increase to $3 million. So the Lakers now can get to about 17 million in cap space, plus get their exceptions. So that gives the Lakers a lot of flexibility. Again, really boils down to Rui Hachimura. If the Lakers have to pay 25 million a year for Rui Hachimura, which I don't think that they would, but if they did, and they did have to match that, then that could change things. Austin Reeves, obviously, like if you can get Austin Reeves on a discount and Rui Hachimura on a discount, then maybe you could free up a little more. It just, again, it depends on the circumstances, but most likely the Lakers are looking at one of those two options. Keep DAngelo Russell, and then you have your full taxpayer or your full mid-level exception, and then you have your biannual, which the Lakers probably won't use the biannual, or you can get to 17 million and go that route. Now, I don't see the Lakers letting DAngelo Russell go unless some big impactful guy comes along. So, for example, let's use Kyrie Irving. Again, I'm not saying Kyrie's coming. We're just going to use him as an example because I think he is a great example for this scenario. Let's say Dallas says, we're not going to give you a max. We will give you 4 years, 20, or we'll give you 2 years, 20 million, right? That's what we'll give you. 2 years, $20 million, and we'll even give you a player option for year 2. Would, at that point, Kyrie Irving say, well, for 3 million less, I could go play for the Lakers? You're willing to give me 20 million and play with me, or I could just make 17 million and go play for the Los Angeles Lakers and contend for an NBA championship and make up that 3 million in endorsements and brand deals and all kinds of stuff, right? That's a great example. So it is not out of the realm of possibility that something like that could shape up if Dallas was to make up. But it's not even just Dallas. It could be somebody else, right? James Harden, for example. Let's say he just wants to go to the Lakers, right? Any marquee guy. Chris Middleton, somebody like that. But it has to be somebody better than DAngelo Russell, right? You have your core guys. You have Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt. That gives you 5 guys right there that can be real blue chip rotation level players. Then you have Max Christie. Does he take that leap? Is he the next Austin Reeves, right? Is he the guy that takes that next step? He's already probably our best one-on-one defender. And if he can develop consistent jump shot, he may end up being our starting small forward by the midway point of the season or sooner, right? Don't be shocked. Look forward to that. because he's a guy that if the reports are true and he did grow another inch or two, he's 6'6", 6'7", who he has a great wingspan. I believe it's like 6'11", 7 foot, something like that, I think is his wingspan. So he's got a really good wingspan. He grew a couple inches, and if he can just create a reliable shot, he is as good, if not maybe even better a defender than Jared Vanderbilt. And if he can just be better offensively than Jared Vanderbilt, then he's probably our starting small forward. And so you have him, and then you have Shafino, which many believe is a guy that can help the Lakers now, and Lewis, which, again, a lot of people think he may end up being the starting small forward. Like, people, like experts and people around the league are like, no, Maxwell is the one that, like, the Lakers stole, right? So we'll see how that all shapes up. But DAngelo Russell, you're keeping D'Lo, in my opinion. You're either working out a sign and trade to go get several pieces or a star, something like that, right? Team like Chicago wants a point guard. Can you work something out where you sign and trade D'Lo for, I don't know, DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso, and maybe you throw in Mo Bamba, which they want Mo Bamba, and Mo Bamba wants to play for Chicago based on reports. Something like that, then sure, I could see that happening, right? Because then you could have like Austin Reeves run the point guard because you still have LeBron in your starting unit. So you could go Reeves, you could go DeRozan, Max Christie, Lewis, or Vanderbilt, whomever, LeBron and Anthony Davis. Boom, right? Now you got that upgrade. Okay, in that case, all right, fine. But let's assume it's D'Lo or another free agent, unless Kyrie, James Harden, or Chris Middleton are willing to come to the Lakers, you're keeping DAngelo Russell, right? Unless one of those three guys are willing to take $17 million a year for D'Lo, no, right? Even Brook Lopez. I want Brook Lopez badly. A lot of people want Brook Lopez badly. If he's willing to take the mid-level exception of $12 million, which is actually probably his market and is fair, and he is older in age, if he wants to take that, then sure, because you can keep D'Lo. But if you have to trade D'Lo for Brook Lopez, I would rather keep D'Lo, because D'Lo's long-term is just better. And on top of that, his tradability long-term is better, right? If you're not going to sign Brook Lopez very likely to a 4-year deal because he'd be 40 by the time that deal's done, right? Where D'Lo after 4 years would still only be 31, 32. So it's a big difference, right? Lakers need to keep DAngelo Russell. Now, can they go and look into free agency? Possibly. Now, the way ideally this should work is the Lakers get Rui Hachimura's deal done immediately, right? You get Rui's done because Rui has a cap hold of $18 million, which he's probably not going to get an $18 million a year contract. So let's say he gets $15 million. Well, now that cap hold just went from $18 million to $15 million. So you just saved $3 million there. And you want Austin Reeves to be last because Austin Reeves' cap hold is only like $3 million or something like that, right? So you want to keep Austin Reeves at that cap threshold for as long as possible because you can go over to sign him. So, perfect world, best case scenario, Lakers sign Rui Hachimura immediately. Then they sign D'Lo or work out whatever it is for D'Lo and get that done. And then they use that taxpayer mid-level, the mid-level full mid-level exception, go and get, say, a Brook Lopez, right? And then you sign Austin Reeves last. So you ideally want Austin Reeves to be the last thing that you do. Will that happen? Who knows? If the Spurs or the Rockets or somebody throw a contract immediately at Austin Reeves, then that could make things very complicated, right? Let's say Friday, free agency opens, and immediately the Spurs offer him 4 years, $100 million. it's going to be really bad for the Lakers because now the Lakers have to match that, and you only get a certain amount of window. I think it's like, 48 hours or something like that to match that. So you only have so much time to match, and you don't want to risk losing him or, just something crazy happening, right? So you got to get that done. Hopefully, teams know and are aware. That's probably why the Lakers keep throwing out whatever you offer, we are going to match. So teams go look elsewhere. Because then if a team never throws a contract at Reeves, then they don't have to rush. They could literally do it, at the end, right? Get their whole roster done and ready to go, and then sign Austin Reeves. So that is best case scenario. You sign Austin Reeves last because his cap hold is just so small. His cap hold is it's almost non-existent, right? It's very likely not going to be the difference between you signing a big marquee guy or not. So if the Lakers are going to have to do some magic, do some little Houdini stuff, and boom, the Lakers will be good. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I hope this gave you a better understanding. I hope you get a better idea of how this worked. But yeah, have you feel whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments.